So many people speak of big dreams. They speak of changing the world, building legacies, becoming something greater than they are now. That is beautiful. But if one only dreams without grounding themselves in action, that dream remains just a sweet illusion. A desire without direction, a hope without spine. You see, dreams are not given freely. The bigger the dream, the more it demands from you. Not from others, from you. It demands clarity, it demands courage, and above all, it demands discipline. A kind of discipline that shapes not just your schedule, but your inner world. If you want to grow tall like a tree, you must first go deep like the roots. That depth is sacrifice. It's waking up when comfort whispers rest a little longer. It's staying focused when the world pulls you in every direction. It's saying no to what feels good right now for what brings meaning later. Sacrifice does not mean suffering, it means making space. When you sacrifice, you are simply choosing what matters most over what matters now. And discipline is not punishment, it is commitment. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. A disciplined life is not a rigid one. It's a life of mastery. It is where freedom comes not from doing whatever you want, but from doing what is necessary, with awareness. When you are disciplined, your dreams are no longer distant stars. They become a clear path beneath your feet. When people speak of big dreams, they often look upward. They envision high towers, soaring achievements, and grand visions. But what is overlooked is the depth that is required to sustain such height. Just as a tree cannot grow tall without first growing roots that run deep into the earth, a person cannot reach great heights without being anchored in something stronger than mere desire. The universe is designed with balance. If you want to rise, you must first dig deep. Big dreams, lofty as they may be, are not for those who are shallow in focus or fleeting in effort. Depth comes through grounding yourself, mentally, emotionally, energetically. It means you must become capable of holding steady through discomfort, through uncertainty, through repetition. This is not about suffering, it is about stability. If your roots are shallow, the winds of distraction, criticism, or even success itself can easily knock you over. But when you are rooted through clarity, purpose, and discipline, no storm can shake you. You may bend, but you will not break. And in that stillness, your dream begins to grow not just as an idea, but as a living force within you. People chase shortcuts because they want to rise quickly, but nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. If you truly want your dream to last, don't rush the growth. Tend to the roots. What you feed yourself, your habits, your discipline, your thoughts, these are not minor things. They are the soil. And if the soil is rich, the tree will grow tall, strong, and fruitful. Big dreams are not reached by climbing faster, but by growing deeper. Only then does the height you seek become sustainable, meaningful, and real. Most people associate sacrifice with loss, something painful, something taken away. But this misunderstanding is what turns a powerful act into a burden. True sacrifice is not forced, it is chosen. It is not about depriving yourself, but about directing yourself. When you sacrifice, you are not giving up your joy, you are simply choosing a deeper kind of joy, one that is not immediate but enduring. A meaningful life is not built through indulgence. It is shaped through intentional decisions. And every time you say no to what distracts you, you are saying yes to what defines you. When a musician sacrifices hours of comfort to perfect a note, when an athlete wakes up before the sun while others sleep, when a seeker turns inward while the world rushes outward, these are not losses, these are alignments. Sacrifice becomes a gift when it is guided by clarity. If you know what you are working toward, giving up lesser things does not feel heavy, it becomes light, even joyful. You are not withholding yourself from life, you are sculpting yourself through life. You are not giving something up, you are stepping into something greater. To walk a meaningful path, sacrifice is not optional, it is natural, but it must be conscious. If you sacrifice blindly, it feels like punishment, but if you sacrifice with awareness, it becomes power. You start to realize that every little distraction you let go of is space reclaimed for something more real, more aligned, more fulfilling. Sacrifice in its truest sense is not a loss, it is the sacred act of making space for what truly matters. And when that space is made, life does not become smaller, it becomes deeper. Discipline is often misunderstood as a form of control, as a cage built to restrict joy or spontaneity. But this is a shallow understanding. True discipline is not about force, it is about alignment. It is not about limiting your life, it is about empowering it. When your body, mind, and emotions move in the same direction, not pulled apart by every whim or impulse, you become a focused force. And that focus brings freedom. Because freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want in any moment. It is the power to do what is needed, with full involvement and without inner conflict. Look at a dancer. To move with grace, the body must be trained. To reach a place of effortless beauty, discipline is non-negotiable. But once that discipline is embodied, the dancer becomes free, not stiff, not robotic, but fluid, expressive, alive. The same is true in every domain of life. Whether you want to lead, to create, to love, or to simply grow, discipline creates the structure for your potential to flourish. Without it, energy is wasted, time slips through your fingers, and even your talents wither. But with it, you become a master of your own path. In a world full of noise, discipline is your inner compass. It allows you to stay steady when others are swayed. It gives you the ability to respond rather than react. A disciplined life does not mean a boring life. It means a life where your actions are intentional, not accidental. You are no longer at the mercy of mood, impulse, or convenience. You are in command. And in that inner command, there is a peace that spontaneity alone can never bring. This is the paradox. The more disciplined you are, the more space you have to be truly free. Every great dream, every vision that seeks to rise, must first be rooted in the soil of your daily life. People often think of dreams as things that happen somewhere out there, in the future, in the distance, far from today's small actions. But that is a misunderstanding. Dreams do not grow in thin air. They need soil. They need daily nourishment. And that soil is your lifestyle, your thoughts, your habits, your conversations, your environment. If the soil is dry and scattered, the dream cannot take root. But if the soil is rich with awareness, intention, and discipline, the dream begins to sprout. Just as a farmer tends to the ground before expecting any harvest, we must tend to the invisible terrain of our lives. What you consume mentally, how you treat your body, where you place your energy, these are not minor details. These are the ingredients of your dream's success or failure. If you feed your life with distractions, comparisons, and impulsive choices, your dream begins to decay before it even grows. But if your life is filled with clarity, purpose, silence, and conscious action, then your dream gains strength. Because now it is not just an idea, it has a place to live, to breathe, to become real. You do not need extraordinary tools to build your dream. You simply need to realize that your daily choices are already shaping it. Every hour spent with intention is like watering a seed. Every sacrifice made consciously is like removing a weed. Every discipline you adopt becomes a fence that protects what you are growing. When your life itself becomes the environment for your dream to flourish, then dreaming is no longer something you do while sleeping. It becomes something you live while fully awake. So, understand this. Not all dreams require noise, but all dreams require nurturing. The world may applaud the result, but it is the quiet, unseen discipline that shapes the destiny. If your dream is big, your life must be deeper. If your vision is vast, your choices must be sharper. Sacrifice is not suffering, it is sacred. Discipline is not rigidity, it is freedom. And your daily life is not a distraction, it is the very foundation on which your future stands. You do not need to chase greatness. You simply need to prepare yourself for it. When you align your inner space with clarity and commitment, life does not resist you, it supports you. The journey may be long, but every step taken with awareness becomes a step toward becoming the kind of person your dream demands. Big dreams are not achieved, they are lived moment by moment. Let your life become the story your dream can grow in. Let your discipline become the devotion your vision needs. And above all, let your presence be so rooted that even in the face of challenges, you do not waver. You rise, not because you rushed, but because you are ready.